Chosen one, listen up. I just uncovered a huge secret that could completely change your life today. If you skip this, you might miss out on something you've waited your whole life for. Don't scroll past this. You didn't find this message by accident. Heaven planned your steps all the way up to this point. The right time has come for you to be here. The Holy Book has turned in your favor. Every hard time, every tear you hid, and every moment you kept believing, even when it didn't make sense, has been written down. And now heaven is responding. You did well on the test. The wilderness has done what it was meant to do. Anointed one. You are on the verge of a supernatural transfer. That will not only bring you money but also your future. God will pay for your life from now on. The resources, ideas, and chances that seemed out of reach before are now coming into your atmosphere. This is not a dream. It is divine order coming to life, snorts, right in front of your eyes. Listen to what the Lord says. The Lord will open the heavens which are full of His goodness to bless everything you've done. What you touch next will make more of itself. What you say with faith will make things happen. Please accept this as proof. There is now a spiritual agreement in place. The delay is over and the funding from heaven has begun. Get your heart ready, chosen one. Heaven's economy is now behind everything you do. You've been through fire. Chosen one. It's possible that there were times when life was so tough that it was hard to breathe. You've been through loss, disappointment, and broken hearts. The kind that makes you wonder what your point is. But even when things looked like they were going wrong, something inside you wouldn't break. It wasn't a coincidence. That was divine strength that was built into you before the test. Heaven saw what other people didn't see. Anointed one. The tears no one saw. The prayers that didn't seem to be heard and the faith you had. Even though you didn't know for sure that things would work out, it was kept track of every hidden act of persistence. God was testing your faith while you thought you were just getting by and you passed. In light of this, the present moment is not typical. You've reached the point where God changes His actions from testing to giving money, from pruning to producing, and from being quiet to providing supernaturally. Pay close attention. God's funding doesn't stop at your money. It's the peace that makes you forget your worries. It's health that starts to grow in a tired body. It's the power to believe even when common sense tells you to give up. God was setting the scene when you thought heaven was quiet. He was setting up resources, people, and times that would work perfectly with your goal. Finally, the floodgates are open. Not slowly. All of a sudden, you're no longer looking for blessings. Chosen one. They are after you. Good things will happen where bad things used to happen and doors will open where there were only walls. I understand how it's to wait. I've been there when everything seemed to be taking too long and prayers were heard as silence. Snorts, I've learned though that God's silence is never no answer. That moment of stillness before letting go. What He does move is always a lot when He does it. This is how funding from heaven feels. When everything around you is going crazy, you can relax knowing that your needs are being met before you even say them. Chances will come your way as if they were written just for you. You are now in a time when your obedience has made it possible for God to sponsor you. The same God who gave the Israelites manna in the desert is about to give you divine connections, plans, and ideas that will help you go further than any amount of hard work could. Chosen one, let this sink in. Not only are you being blessed, you are also being trusted. Heaven doesn't put money into people who don't believe. God saw how strong you were and is now providing for you because of it. As you move forward, the supernatural will become normal. Doors will open, healing will happen, and your life will show that faith works. Take a deep breath and accept this truth. You're not behind schedule. You're right on time. Everything that felt like it was taking too long was actually just getting in line. Every side trip led somewhere. Every loss set the stage for the bigger one that's about to happen. And just like Joseph went from the dungeon to the palace, God is writing a new story for your journey. You passed the test, chosen one. Heaven is now paying for your next book. Prepare. God is about to give you a crown of favor. He was with you through the fire. Now the wait is over. The launch has begun. Chosen one, pay close attention. What comes next won't look like getting better. It will look like a new start. You don't have to make up for what you lost this season. It's about stepping into something that has been held back. Heaven has been saving resources, ideas, and chances for you until your spirit is mature enough to handle them. You weren't being held up. You were just getting ready. Anointed one. God isn't just giving you enough to get by. He is giving you more than enough to overflow. When God gives money, He doesn't just send a few drops. He opens the floodgates. He makes peace, provision, and strength more than enough. Snorts, the hand of God that helped you through loss is now giving you the strength to carry plenty. But most people won't tell you this. Lack of things test your faith just as much as having too many tests your heart. That's why the wilderness was important. It taught you how to carry the weight of glory without forgetting who sent it. That weight. I know. I know what it's like to be so quiet that you start to doubt your calling. When I thought I heard from God, I saw doors slam shut. And every time I wanted to give up, grace told me, not yet. God moved when I finally gave up and stopped forcing what wasn't flowing. Out of the blue, connections, chances, and help came from places you least expected them. That's how heaven works. There is no need for reason. Faith is enough. Heaven is now doing the same thing for you. Chosen one. The favor, the contract, the promotion, and the healing are not chosen at random. They are signs from the prophets that the spiritual dry spell is over. As the holy speed up, things that used to take months will happen in a matter of seconds. Locked doors will open all the way. People who are meant to be in your life will start to know your name before you even meet them. But don't think this is just a surprise. This is the orchestra. Every part of your journey, every heartbreak, delay, and change of plans has led you to this exact point. Checks written in your name are signed by God. You've been faithful with little, and now a lot is coming to you. When you look back, you'll see that every prayer that wasn't answered was answered in a better way. You have been chosen, and now is your Malak moment. Heaven's storehouse is opening over your life. Not as a hope for the future, but as a fact of the present. You might not see it all at once, but you'll know it when you're calm, when you sleep, and when you trust yourself. Things that used to make you jump won't do that anymore. The worry that used to drain your energy will no longer have any effect on you because your spirit knows the truth. A kingdom gives you money that never runs out. Take a deep breath, raise your head, and say words of life into things that seem impossible. The same breath that brought dry bones back to life is now breathing over your situation. You don't need to look for what's yours. It's already on its way. God is sending you people who have answers, chances that don't require you to give up anything, and blessings that are made just for your calling. You're now in divine flow, chosen one. You're not working hard to get food. You're walking with a purpose. And when purpose comes first, provision comes next. You are now being carried by the current of heaven. And everything that is yours will find you. You're not behind. You're on time. You can feel it deep inside. Chosen one. The air is different now. There is a weight of fate in the air around you. You know deep down that this isn't like any other moment. The weight that was following you has gone away. Doors that used to be locked are now beginning to open. The voice of heaven has called your name and divine action has begun. You're no longer waiting for breakthrough. It's inside of you right now. Blessed one. Everything changes when God steps in to pay for your life. The things that used to make your shoulders hunched over start to go away. What you used to chase now comes after you. You are getting the favor you prayed for. It's not a coincidence. It's the will of God. Heaven has set up your timeline so that you can see that your hard work paid off. Everything you shed, every prayer you said, and every time you chose faith over fear, that became the money that let the floods come. The release is now here. God's funding isn't just about money, though. It's about getting peace, clarity, and a sense of purpose back. It's the peace that calms you down after years of fighting. It brings joy back to your heart when you thought it was gone for good. It's getting stronger again in places that used to feel weak. He's not only blessing your hands, He's also making your heart better. What used to drain you will now give you strength. What broke you will now make you stronger. There will be too much where there wasn't enough. This kind of shift has happened before. That's when I saw God take the ashes of disappointment and turn them into divine plans for the future. I learned that things started to fall into place when I stopped trying to control what would happen and started to trust His flow. Chances came up without any work, without a reason, doors opened. I didn't expect certain people to show up with the answers I needed. That's what happens when you give up instead of trying. Heaven will pay for you. Chosen one, now is the time to speed up. You're about to have divine connections, answers, and blessings come to you faster than you can explain. Spirit will help those who are meant to walk with you find you. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. Now that you're soaring through grace instead of strength, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more focused. But abundance needs to be in balance. Be humble. Be thankful. The faith that kept you going during the drought must now hold you up when it rains. Being thankful keeps the doors to heaven open. Say this out loud. God, thank you for giving me the money. I need to do what I want to do. When you live in gratitude, lack is gone for good. You were chosen and every setback was a setup. Every no was God's way of leading us to a yes. You're entering a time when your life shows that faith still works. Obedience still leads to more and heaven still pays for its chosen. Take a deep breath, hold your head up, and trust you did well on the test. The resources have been made available by the heavens. This is no longer preparation. It's happiness. Your life is now being paid for by God. Chosen one. What you're about to see will be hard for people to understand. Something so quick and exact will happen that even you will know it can only be God. What's going to happen next will happen faster than reason and more perfectly than planning because heaven has stepped into your time frame. The power that got you through the wilderness is now taking you to a place of plenty. Every delay, turn off, and closed door wasn't a sign of rejection. It was a divine turn of events. Heaven didn't turn you down. It was keeping you safe and getting you ready. The not yet has now become no anointed one. Divine funding is more than just extra money. People, places, and chances are all coming together in perfect harmony, which seems supernatural. You won't have to push your way in. You'll just walk into what was already set up. You'll walk into rooms where someone has already said your name, having already done you a favor. This is what happens when God decides to reward you in public for something you did in private out of faith. What was kept secret through obedience will now be shown in glory. That moment happened to me. I've been through times of silence when prayers seemed to echo through the air. And I thought maybe heaven had forgotten my name. The change did come quickly, though. Everything I thought I had lost came back in bigger and better ways. God reminded me that He doesn't just fix things the way they were. It makes it better than it was before. He takes you back to where you were meant to be, not where you were. That's what He's doing for you right now. Chosen one, heaven has given you permission to speed up. You've been pruned, improved, and rebuilt. You couldn't have handled this much blessing when you were younger. That's why it had to die. The new you is ready, disciplined, and blessed to carry abundance with honesty. This is not just random luck. It's the perfect plan. Your calling to build, teach, lead, and bless is being paid for by God. The release of abundance is not for show, but for visibility. A living example of how faith can still open doors that hard work alone couldn't. Take a deep breath and let this sink in. You are now walking in a divine rhythm. No one needs you to chase them, compete with them, or persuade them. God, who feeds the sparrows, has already written your provision into the world. You only need to be loyal, available, and in sync. Heaven is taking care of the rest. Anointed one, say this out loud. Heaven has paid for everything. Feel that truth in your heart. Divine resources are behind you. Divine protection is around you and divine wisdom guides you. God is in charge of your life. So even the things you do wrong are turning into miracles. Things that looked like failure are now being shown to be foundation. What you thought was loss was really just getting ready for too much. You have been chosen. Take a confident step forward. The spiritual accounts are now public. Angels have already been sent out. Every piece that is missing is being put in the right place. You're not just beginning a new book. Now that you have funding, you can start. You have been blessed in ways that are beyond your wildest dreams. The promise has already been kept. It's fully paid for. Be brave as you walk. Now is the time for you. As this divine chapter starts to play out, chosen one, understand this holy truth. You can't just thank God for your dreams. He is changing everything about your life to make it fit His promise. That's how heaven works. You may feel the change in your spirit before you see it in the world around you. Carefully, quietly, and with great accuracy. Don't let the silence fool you. Alignment has already begun. Every phone call, chance meeting or conversation that seems to come out of nowhere is proof that your name has been written on heaven's calendar. The tables are turning, anointed one, and it has nothing to do with how people plan to win. You've been faithful during times of silence and steadfast in your unseen obedience. Now the sound of breakthrough is coming your way. What looked like a delay was actually building. God wasn't holding back good things. He was putting together the base that would support them. You've been pushed, improved, and given more power. Your calm made you stronger. Your pain made you smarter, and your waiting made you smarter. When plenty comes your way, it won't be too much for you. You can wear it. You never had to wait for blessing. The gift was ready for the version of you that could do it well. I know this to be true. Sometimes I felt like heaven was quiet and that someone had forgotten about me. That is until God showed me His timing without warning. It was sudden, exact, and impossible to deny. He made a way for me to move forward when I didn't have one. Food and water came from places I didn't know existed. I stopped knocking on doors and then they started to open. At that very moment, I knew something holy. God does not pay for comfort. He pays for calling. There's no miracle when you're ready to chill out. It comes when you're ready to get up. That's what's happening to you right now, chosen one. You're not just getting provision. You're also being placed strategically. It's not random that new connections are being made, that your body is healing, or that your creative ideas are coming back to life. Heaven is putting together pieces of your picture that you didn't even know were there. The path is already set up. Even if you can't see every detail, He has written even your mistakes into His plan, covered them with grace, and turned them into lessons. Every action is planned by a divine intelligence. Beloved, don't let fear keep you from enjoying this holy time. The enemy can't stop what God has already agreed to. So, his only move is to distract her. He will try to make you doubt yourself by telling you that you're not ready, not good enough, snorts, or not able. But the verdict from heaven has already been given, accepted, and blessed. You've been changed by pain, made pure by waiting, and made ready by having a purpose. What heaven doesn't fund is something it hasn't first made better. Choose one. Raise your head. You are about to start a life where overflow is all the time. Peace stays where it doesn't go. When provision isn't earned, it's given to you. This is the exchange between gods. You worry about his intelligence. You try to copy his strategy and you can't get enough of his supernatural supply. Little has been given to show your loyalty. Keep an eye on what God does with a lot. The grace that kept you going when you were hidden will now help you stand out. You'll carry a peace that makes doors open when you walk into places that used to push you away. Living through the tests was never the point. They were learning how to be good stewards. You're now ready, had money, were liked, and were free. If you are chosen, what you are seeing right now is not a coincidence. It is divine choreography in motion. Heaven wrote the story of your life long before you were even aware of it. Every step, connection, and chance comes at the right time. When you walk into a room, someone has already said your name. The divine equation is complete with your presence there. When the time is right, this is how God works in a quiet, perfect, and sudden way. Those problems that used to make you doubt your strength are now giving you a chance to speak out. You aren't just being blessed. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Being put in this situation makes you a living example of what happens when people obey God. Dear Anointed One, this is the time of year when revelation and manifestation meet. Soon you'll know why it took so long, why some people had to leave, and why some doors never opened. Every delay was a lesson. Every broken heart was a holy detour. Every closed door was God's way of saying, I have better. Heaven wasn't holding back. It was editing your destiny and taking away things that would have made it less powerful as a result of your private work. When abundance comes your way, it will fit you perfectly and flow through you easily. God doesn't waste time. He builds up his capacity with it. Now that capacity is ready to take in more than it can handle. It looks like something I know. The times I begged God to end were the ones that got me ready for growth. His shape was what I thought I was breaking. He was setting me up, but I thought I was being ignored. The good things didn't come in nice clothes. They showed up as stress, pruning, and patience. And the shift happened quickly. That's how I learned. God's money never comes early, but it never comes late either. It comes just at the right time when your character can handle the weight of your calling. Dear Chosen One, this supernatural transfer isn't just for money. It's spiritual wealth taking shape in the form of wisdom, influence, creativity, and vision. You're about to work in a way that is so clear that it shuts out confusion. What used to drain, you will now give you energy because God is behind you. People will feel it when you walk into a room even if they don't understand it. That quiet authority, that unshakable peace, that glow of someone covered by heaven's sponsorship, that's a sign that you were picked. Not pride, but being there. Unth one, get ready to work with gods. Being alone with no one was never a punishment. It was getting ready. Your circle was being cut down by heaven so that only the people meant for the next level could stay. The right alignments are now taking shape. Destiny connectors who see your calling, celebrate your vision, and make your impact bigger. No longer are you trying to fit into old places. You're too old for them now. God is making a new table. It already has your name on it. Picked one. Don't shrink back because you know me. Who you've become can't fit in the world you used to know. Now is your Kairos moment. God's timing made clear. The river of provision is moving and you're in the middle of it. You won't have to chase. What is yours will be drawn to your obedience. The flow of heaven is carrying you easily. Trust that peace will show you the way. If it makes you lose your peace, God isn't behind it. Everything in your life from now on will smell like divine order, peace, clarity, and always having what you need. You will be able to prove that the King of Heaven is behind you in every step, move, and word. Be brave, chosen one. The money has been given and it's starting to flow, chosen one. This is the part of your journey where all the faith you've had starts to come together. The dream you had in your heart is about to come true in front of your eyes. You'll start to see proof of what your spirit has always known. That God never really was getting you ready to live. Snorts, He was getting you ready to be a steward. The tests, the tears, and the nights of not knowing what would happen were all meant to help you hold on to what is now being released. Blessed one, heaven doesn't just give you money. It also funds your life. It meets your needs. The same God who made the loaves and fish more plentiful is also making your resources, reach, and power bigger. He is stretching something that seemed small until it seems supernatural. Now is not the time to be doubtful. Now is the time to say, I walk in divine overflow. Because you do. The barriers are being taken down. The sound you hear in your spirit is the sound of breaking through. God can change a life very quickly. As I've seen, it seemed like only a moment ago that I went from waiting to walking, from almost to having enough. But it didn't happen all of a sudden. It was planned. Everything in heaven works on divine time. And now it's your turn. Why do the things that used to wear you down now make you feel energized? Because grace has taken the place of striving. Chosen one, don't let old habits get in the way of this new flow. You learn to depend on God in the wilderness, but this season will teach you how to make good decisions. You'll have options, chances, and invitations. Not all of them will be divine. Listen for calm, not stress. God's will never moves quickly. It lets go. He will be there when you feel growth without losing your grounding. When you feel expansion, without anxiety, and when you feel movement without confusion. Lord, when will it be my time? You've been asking. Heaven says now, but not because you earned it, but because you stuck it out. You stayed true to me even though it didn't make sense. You believed even when it hurt. You gave even though you didn't have much left to give. Nobody didn't care about that faith. Every act of obedience that was not seen became money in the spirit. Now heaven is using it to make things happen. Anointed one. You are walking with supernatural ease. It's not that the path will be easy. It's that your spirit has learned to rest while you rise. Your next chapter is being held by the same hands that made the universe. You're not working hard to get ahead. You are getting in sync with God's plan. It won't feel heavy to receive the blessing. It'll smell holy. Picked one. Raise your head and take it all in. You have money and protection. This release has your name on it from heaven. What seemed impossible at first will soon seem likely. The blessing is already here, not going to come. You breathe in it, walk in it, and live in it. The supernatural is now the norm for you. Chosen one. This is where everything ends. You've been through the process, been through the fire, and passed the secret tests. Now, proof that God is paying for your life is about to surround you. What's coming next won't be quiet. It will be clear, undeniable, and a sign. The people who asked you why you were quiet will see you rise. The ground where you sowed tears will soon bloom with lots of petals. A noted one, this is not the time to work hard. It's the season of coming. You no longer need to chase. You draw in things that are in line with your mission. You've moved from a state of survival to a state of spiritual ownership. God isn't just taking care of you. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform. Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart. And as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens open. He's going to work with you. You and heaven are now moving in a covenant way. God's authority is behind every move you make. Things that were hard will now feel holy. Now you understand that the fire didn't hurt you. It gave you a name. Every scar is now a sign of what you've done. Every loss taught me something. Every delay is a cover for fate. The tests that seemed mean at the time were really signs that you were meant to carry more. The fight wasn't meant to kill you. It was meant to make you better so that you could have heaven's wealth and not lose heaven's heart. I know what it's like to finally let out a breath after a long time of waiting. When you feel calm instead of scared. When miracles happen out of the blue and you know that God never forgot about you, He was getting everything ready for you to come. That's where you are now. You've reached a place of divine harmony. Now time, people, and purpose are all working together to help you. Chosen one. Get ready for a strange favor. You won't expect resources to show up from nowhere. You won't even have to knock for doors to open. It's likely that you'll say, I don't know how this happened, but heaven will know. You're following what was written for you before you were born. The transfer isn't just money in a spiritual way. God is putting power, knowledge, and chances in your hands because He believes in your heart. This is proof that you are the anointed one. You have the money you need for the trip ahead. Not because of power or strategy, but because they gave up. God puts money into faith, and your faith is now fully grown. You are no longer praying out of desperation. You are now making orders from a position of power. The time for waiting is over. Now is the start of the fulfillment season. So chosen one, raise your hands and take what is already yours. Joy in your heart, health in your body, and safety on your path. Every need will be met before you even ask for it. Every step will be planned out before you even think about it. And every blessing will come right on time. It's your supernatural inheritance, your funding from God and your confirmation from heaven. Choose one. Walk with confidence. Live freely and give freely. The promise and the covenant are still alive. Your life is being paid for by God. And this is just the beginning. You were chosen. And this is proof of that. What you've been waiting for has already been given to you by heaven. The divine transfer has begun. The resources are on their way and every promise that has been made over your life is coming true right now. It was a test. It was improved. It took time. It broke. It all came together at this supernatural moment. This is your Kairos time. The set time when you should obey and go above and beyond. Anointed one. Go with confidence into what God has paid for. No longer do you want to be chosen. You walk like someone who is already there. Help, peace, and partnerships aren't going anywhere. They're already here. At this very moment, the sky is clear and everything you need to follow your calling has been given to you. Take a deep breath. Say thank you and stay strong. Be in the flow of the holy oil. Keep your faith strong, your spirit clean, and your thanks loud. Heaven's current is strong, and it's speeding you up in a divine way. If this word spoke to you, write it down in faith. As a sign of divine completion, type 777 in the comments. Snorts, sign up if you're on this faith. Journey with thousands of other people around the world. Now go forward, anointed one. You are supported, favored, and strengthened. The sky is supporting everything you do. Your miracle is happening right now, and the promise is still alive. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. Clear's throat, you did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.